We are living through one of the greatest revolutions in human history, the rise of artificial intelligence, not in some distant future, but right now, is transforming everything. How we work, how we live, even how we think about what it means to be human. And let's be honest, it's exciting, but it's also scary. Jobs are changing overnight. Industries are being disrupted. And with every breakthrough, there's a wave of anxiety. Will I be replaced? Will I be left behind? But what if I told you? There's an ancient philosophy that offers powerful tools to help you navigate this AI revolution with clarity, resilience, and even optimism. It's called Stoicism. And today we're going to explore how Stoic wisdom can help you not just survive this new era, but thrive in it. Take a breath, sit with me, grab a cup of coffee, and let's get started. The rise of AI, a new era. Over the past few years, AI has moved at lightning speed. In 2024 and 2025 alone, we've seen breakthroughs that once belonged in science fiction. AI models that can write, draw, compose music, even code better than many professionals. Industries from finance to healthcare are being transformed. AI tools are diagnosing diseases, optimizing supply chains, automating customer service. And while this brings incredible opportunities, it also brings massive disruption. Jobs that felt safe are suddenly at risk. Entire career paths are being rewritten. And for millions of people, this rapid change has created a deep sense of uncertainty and fear. Now, some people respond to this by resisting the change, trying to stop the tide. Others get swept away, feeling powerless. But here's the key. In times like these, resilience isn't optional. It's essential. And resilience doesn't come from denying reality. It comes from facing it with strength and wisdom. And that's exactly where Stoicism comes in. So what is Stoicism? It's an ancient philosophy from over 2,000 years ago, practiced by Roman emperors like Marcus Aurelius, former slaves like Epictetus, and statesmen like Seneca. But don't let the age fool you. Stoicism isn't dusty old theory. It's a powerful, practical guide for dealing with exactly the kind of uncertainty we're facing today. At its core, Stoicism teaches one simple but life-changing idea. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. Think about that in the context of AI. You can't control the rise of technology. You can't stop automation or slow down global change, but you can control your response. You can control your mindset, your skills, your character, and that's where real power lives. Stoics also believe that virtue, things like courage, justice, wisdom, and self-discipline, is the only true good. Not money, not status, not even job security. So even if AI shakes up your industry, your worth as a human being remains intact because it's rooted in your character, not your circumstances. Now let's connect this directly to today. AI is causing anxiety for millions because it threatens the external things we often cling to: jobs, roles, routines. But Stoicism shows us a different foundation, one that's internal, unshakable. When Marcus Aurelius faced plagues and wars, he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's wisdom we can apply right now in this age of AI disruption. Because the truth is, while technology will keep changing, our need for resilience, clarity, and virtue remains the same. And Stoicism gives us the tools to cultivate exactly that. So, how do we actually apply this Stoic wisdom to the world of AI? First, we start by recognizing the opportunities, not just the threats. AI is not the enemy. In fact, when used wisely, it can make our lives better by boosting efficiency, solving problems faster, and even freeing up our time for more meaningful work. But here's the catch: only if we choose to respond well. And that's where Stoicism sharpens our focus. The Stoics teach us to constantly ask, what's in my control right now? And when it comes to AI, that means focusing on adapting, learning, and growing. Let's be real. Some jobs will disappear. That's outside our control. But what is in our control? Learning new skills that machines can't easily replace, embracing lifelong learning, staying curious instead of clinging to the past. This is a classic Stoic move, shifting from fear to action. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." In other words, don't just talk about adapting, do it. Take that online course, experiment with new tools, build new skills that blend your human strengths like creativity and judgment with AI's power. And as you do, remember another key Stoic principle: progress over perfection. You're not expected to master everything overnight. What matters is steady, daily effort, showing up, practicing resilience. Because here's the truth: in this AI-driven world, those who thrive will not be the ones who resist change, but the ones who adapt with courage, wisdom, and self-discipline. Classic Stoic virtues. So the question is, will you let fear control you, or will you step up? Take charge of your learning, your mindset, your future. The Stoic path points the way, and it starts with focusing on your response, the one thing that's always within your control. Now let's go even deeper, because while AI is powerful, there are things it can never do, things that are uniquely, beautifully human. I can process data, it can generate text and images, but it can't feel compassion. It can't truly connect with another human being. It doesn't understand love, friendship, empathy, or meaning. And this is where we, as humans, have an incredible advantage. If we choose to nurture it, in a world that's becoming more automated, our human skills become more valuable, not less. Skills like creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, the ability to care, to collaborate, to inspire. The Stoics would call these the fruits of virtue. They believe that living well means developing not just your mind, but your character, becoming someone who is wise, just, courageous, and self-disciplined. And guess what? These are exactly the qualities that no machine can replace. So as AI takes over repetitive tasks, we're being invited, even pushed, to lean deeper into our humanity, to build stronger relationships, to foster real community, to create work that's not just efficient, but meaningful. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, we are made for cooperation, like hands, like feet. In other words, we are social beings, and no amount of technology can change that. So while the world gets faster and more digital, we must slow down and reconnect with ourselves, with others, with what truly matters. Use AI as a tool, yes, but let virtue, compassion, and wisdom guide how you use it. This is how we build an ethical, human-centered future, not by rejecting technology, but by ensuring it serves people, not the other way around. And that begins with each of us choosing to lead with our humanity. Because in the end, it's not the algorithms or the code that define our worth. It's our character, our choices, our ability to connect, to create, and to care. And no AI can ever take that away. So now the choice is yours. The AI revolution isn't slowing down. The world will keep changing, faster than ever, but you have the power to choose how you meet this moment. You can choose fear, resistance, and anxiety, or you can choose clarity, resilience, and courage. The path the Stoics walked for centuries. Focus on what you can control. Strengthen your mind. Adapt your skills. Deepen your human connections. Lead with virtue, not fear, because the future doesn't belong to the machines. It belongs to the humans who are wise enough to adapt and strong enough to stay anchored in what truly matters. So if you want to go deeper, start today. Read Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. Listen to Stoic podcasts. Join communities where people are learning, growing, and supporting each other on this path. Remember, resilience is built one day at a time. Wisdom is practiced in small, daily choices. And courage is in the absence of fear. It's moving forward even when fear is there. The AI revolution is real, but so is your power to respond with strength and virtue. So let's meet this future, not with panic, but with purpose. Not with resistance, but with resilience. Not with fear, but with Stoic wisdom guiding the way. Because when we do, we don't just survive the changes ahead, we shape them. And together, we build a future where technology serves humanity, not the other way around. Let's rise to that challenge, and let's begin today. If this story sparks something in you, a quiet fire, a moment of stillness, or the courage to take one step closer to who you really are, then you're in the right place. We're building a space for thinkers, dreamers, and doers, for those who seek depth in a world full of noise. If that sounds like you, hit the like button, drop a comment to share your thoughts or your own story. I'd love to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe, because this is just the beginning. There's so much more to come. See you in the next one.